What's up? I hope everyone's having a good day, and let's get right into this. So it's currently 10:11 p.m. Monday, June 27th, 2022, and I'm currently looking to take a UJ long, and I have slept for a whopping 2 hours and 45 minutes. So on UJ, notice how overall we're very bullish on UJ. This is just a daily perspective. Even looking at the weekly perspective, you can tell that there's a lot of bullish momentum within UJ. So what I did was go on H1 and count and actually track what's going on within the counter trend. Notice how we are counter trending. We started breaking these lows. We broke the lows and started maintaining price, going downwards and searching more liquidity in this area, and then we proceeded to have a double break. So we had one break here, second break here, and then I do have reason to believe that UJ may start moving into that overall bullish trend again. So then I went to the 3-minute time frame and found a really good zone all the way at the bottom, and then pretty much expected price to come all the way back and grab the liquidity in here. Now we did have just what's called absorption. Price did go a little bit past the zone. That's fine. A zone is zone. It's like zonage. It's just a general POI, like a point of interest. So it's okay if price goes a little bit beyond the zone. It's not the end of the world. But that's why a lot of the time you won't see me have a stop loss directly at the end of the zone, because had I put a limit order, then would have been stopped out. And there's nothing wrong with getting stopped out, but there's some ways that I wouldn't say guarantee you get stopped out, but there's a higher probability of you getting stopped out. So we're going to look at this from a 5-second. I believe I saw this on the 1 second actually. Yeah, there's a schematic in here. So let's go ahead and call this the preliminary support. I'm gonna get this in as the seller's climax. We're gonna have the automatic rally or automatic reaction right up there. I'm gonna move down. Retest. SOS. ST and B. Spring. So this is our confirmation to look for those potential longs. Now we're not in a trade yet, so price live price is moving actually while I'm walking you guys through this. Then we just want to denote this. Okay. Alright, so price is actually moving away right now. So notice how we did get all the way in here, had the break the sign of strength, and we'd be looking to potentially enter at this zone right here. So price didn't quite make it all the way down there. So right now what we're going to do is wait and see what we get. So it looks like we're about to, yep, we just took out this high here. We're going to go to the 1 minute and select new zone, which should be this area right here, and look to get involved with the 6 pip stop loss. Stop loss placement is good. We're going to go ahead and give the stop loss to KOD. I like the number 150. This trade 0.5 risk, and then I believe that's it for this trade. Then I'm going to do the same on my other account. on the third monitor over here. Okay, and we are having a run on price. I'd just be expecting price to come right down in this area here, and we're going to go ahead and execute on both accounts using KOD. Top left. And this is that double break confirmation that we actually received. And sorry if I sound like I just woke up. I did just wake up. I checked my phone, and I rolled over and saw one of my alerts went off. So we're just gonna go ahead and see what we can do here. Plan on being up around 2, but if I get this entry, I'm probably just gonna go back to sleep and then let KOD do the rest, since you know it manages the trades for me. Now we're waiting. Let me pause it really quickly. Okay, sorry about that. So originally when I started recording this, I was actually looking to take the trade from right over here, but you know, I could tell that price didn't necessarily hit one of our zones, and I didn't want to be jumpy on a trade like that, so we just waited for the high to get taken out, and we ended up switching our zone to this level here, which, you know, on the higher time frame looks a lot better, but we understand that the market is fractal, and then that's why, you know, it looks a certain way on the 1 minute, because once you know what one time frame looks like, you can most likely figure out, you know, what the other time frame looks like. That's why we don't always have to switch our time frames. I do a lot of the time just to show you guys, like if I say something like this is an order block up here, then you know I find myself having to go down and find where the order block is, which in this case it'd be right in there. It may even look better on the 1 second or the 15 second. Right up there, and we're going to give it a shot on the 15 second, and it's right over there. So that's why a lot of the time you guys see me switching time frame, just to make sure that we're all on the same page. But for the target, this would just be the target where I will take out majority of my position. This will be at a 1 to 6.75, and we'll go ahead and start the week right that way. So in terms of pips, that's just 38 pips, but for UJ that's a good amount. But at the end of the day, we're also primarily paying attention to our risk to reward. And let's go ahead and move the alert up a little bit more towards 50% ish of the imbalance, and then we're gonna go ahead and analyze and see what's going on with GJ, because I was actually looking to take GJ as well. So we're gonna see whichever one is working out. So on GJ we had a 10-minute order block over here. You can notice that the same thing happened with both of these pairs. Now it did go a little bit past the zone. GJ, this was nice little 10-minute area, still had some imbalance, some inefficiency to this side. Expecting price to come in and clear that, and price did exactly that. But I don't like structure necessarily right now on GJ, just because it takes a little bit of time to form. So we can just wait for maybe this high to get taken out, then look to get involved, maybe. Let's check out what the yen is doing. Okay. We almost made it. Okay, so yen did break, and now we're actually noticing that the yen is going down. So as you guys know, as the yen goes down, USDJPY would be going up, since the yen is losing strength. So we'd have a level like this drawn. Price didn't make it, instead just kept on making lows. So you can even have a level like this drawn, and that's currently being respected. and we'd just be expecting the relatively equal lows here to get taken out. Yeah, relatively equal lows to be taken out over here as the yen proceeds to go down. Now we're going to check on what the dollar is doing as well. Yep, so it looks like the dollar will be going up, and once again, this is the optimal case for UJ. Now the dollar goes up as the yen goes down, so you know we'd be expecting more of a bullish move, and I'm not even sure if we'll get the pullback that I'm looking for necessarily, since price is moving really aggressively. But at the end of the day, we're just going to be waiting. We're not going to get involved if we don't see what we're looking for. Two minute. That's ugly. Uglier. Okay, targeting these relatively equal highs. So let's just call this trade a 6.5. We're just going to go for exactly where the equal highs rest. Yep, 582. Not a bad number. And let me know if you guys want more videos like this where it's like actually live trading. Well, I mean, it's technically recorded, but it's like I'm not actually in the entry, so I actually like walk you guys through what I'm looking for in live time and stuff like that. Okay, while price dances on UJ. Wait, let's just float in there. See what happens if we can take this level out. This is the 1 minute on GJ. And from my experience, GJ is more prone to just running off without you than UJ is. So we're gonna understand that if we break this level, there may be a pullback, or we just may not necessarily get the level. So now what I'm actually paying attention to is this level here. I don't. No, I don't think that'd work. No, I don't think so. Yeah, I don't believe this level here will actually hold. Yeah, no. Alright, since price, is doing what price does, I'm going to go ahead and pause the recording just so I don't keep you guys here for too long, but I'll update it when price is maybe down here, or when price runs off without us, so we're going to see. Okay, so it looks like right after I paused it, price started moving down a little bit more. So far, this level that I pointed out earlier is not holding, so just still waiting. Right over here, and we're gonna see how this goes. GJ still looking to find that level before proceeding to presumably go up. Dollar having a little bit of a pullback, maybe to this area here or potentially lower. JPY did hit our area, maybe just go up here to this propulsion. Alright, about 4.5 pips away. Now, let's talk about stop loss placement as well. So, I didn't put my stop loss here for 1.5 pips. You need to, pay attention to what broker you're using and how their spread works. So, with the 1.5 pip stop loss, it'd be fairly, there's a high probability that gets stopped out. And also, if price does choose to come down here, since there's still liquidity in this zone, my stop loss would account for a little bit past the close of that zone, so potentially just the absorption of it. So in the event that price does choose to go past this zone and come into this zone, we would not be expecting price to go too far in. So if we can get something like maybe this, then in my eyes that's still valid, and we wouldn't even be halfway across my stop loss yet. So that's why I feel confident with the stop loss over here, and the number is good. So we're going to go up here, and let's just put USDJPY stop loss hit. I really thought the setup would have formed tomorrow. I mean, it's almost tomorrow. Okay, looks like our alert went off. Okay, price is about to hit the exact area. Okay, go ahead and get in using set risk, and that's it. I'll update you guys on how the position goes. The stop loss is the same across both accounts, and we're going to go ahead and set KOD up to partial at this level, 135.582. Let me do that on the first account. $582. Yeah, we're going to keep it there, and we're going to do 80% of our profit at that level up there. And then we do have stop loss to break even on, so we'll be able to just leave my PC on and pretty much track how the position is going. So we're gonna set an alert up here. BSL swept. Okay, I'll update you guys on how this position goes in a bit, and I'm about to sign off. Peace. I'm back, so I haven't slept, but I really like how, if you guys remember, I was talking to you guys about stop loss placement and how important it was. So if you look at this trade here, I went in and notice how I was in instant drawdown almost to my stop loss, because what I anticipated, and you guys heard me say that in the video as well, is that we want to accommodate in case price comes all the way down here, and it did, and it almost absorbed it. Notice how it almost went to the end of it. And I mentioned to you guys, I want to have my stop loss in such a place that we can account for price going a little bit past this area. So I am still in on my accounts. On the 30-second, to got this high, did technically change the swing point. Yeah, we can go ahead and actually drop the trade to break even at this point, and then we can go ahead and sleep for 3 more hours. So that'll get us 5 hours. Yeah, I think that should work. Okay, that's what we're looking at. We have our break even set. Break even, stop loss hit. Oops, sorry. Okay, I do want to see what other structure is formed as well, but I don't believe we will go much further than this zone here, because looking at it from the 15-second, you can tell how these highs were being maintained, and now the swing point, or the overall structure changed from this swing low to this swing high. So price invalidating this zone here would technically mean that there's a break of structure, and price is more likely to actually go down again. So looking at this, you can probably see some schematic in here as well. Let's drop this to the 1 second. I forgot to draw the schematic on here. Oh wow, what happened to my center strength? Yeah, something like this. Let's see how this works here. I should actually be able to update you guys in a bit. Oh, or actually might actually get it here. Okay. I'll update you guys in a bit. I'm just gonna go ahead and hop off and see if I can get those 2 hours and 56 minutes. Peace out. What's up? It's currently 1:48 and I did not sleep, so still have 2 hours and 45 minutes. Let's go ahead and show you guys the update. This is currently where we are with price. We're floating about probably a 1 to 3.5, maybe. Yeah, 3.6. So we have a little bit more to go. We're over halfway there currently. So once again, the game plan is just to catch a 1 to 6.58, alleviate 80% of our position here to mitigate, just in case. This is the first trade of the week, but just to go ahead and get the week started on the right tone. But I mean, it is UJ, so I will still be expecting price to potentially go back bullish, but I don't mind leaving 20% to potentially come all the way up here for a 1 to 26. So that is the plan. Structures flowing nicely, higher highs, higher lows. Yeah, so I still didn't sleep. I'm just gonna go to the gym and probably squat or bench or do something, but I'm gonna go ahead and get my morning routine started. Gonna meditate, head over to the gym, and I'll update you guys on how this trade goes. So keep in mind it's 1:49 a.m. so next time I update you guys, we'll see how the trade is going. But no partials have been taken. We're just floating right now. Welcome back. It's currently 3:49 a.m. well, 3:50. Just got back from the gym. So this UJ trade is complete. So KOD has successfully exited 80% of my position on, I'm using multiple accounts, so on my accounts, while I was actually at the gym. So that's cool. Overall, risk to reward that we caught on this move was a 1 to 6.48. Sorry, let me try to get the exact number. TP was right up here. So yeah, 1 to 6.58, sorry. So we went ahead and closed out 80% of the position here. KOD Trader Manager closed it out. So right now I'm actually holding the remaining 20%, trying to take price all the way up here. So it's just 20%. I'm not sure if you guys would consider this a swing trade. I don't really know what people call a swing trade. But the yen right now is actually really weak. So if you guys remember earlier in the video, I did explain how we were expecting, the equal lows to get swept on the yen. That just happened, and how we have this potential zone. Now I also mentioned that we do have a zone up here, but chances are it would not get there. So it didn't get there. Went ahead and rejected off of this zone. Now you can say, why did I choose this zone even though it was already rejected in the past? Now I haven't checked this, but guarantee you there's a propulsion block in here somewhere. Now I say this all the time, but there's you don't always have to see it, but it's just one of those things that you can tell it's there. Now if this may not be the cleanest order block to a lot of people, we can just keep scrolling, and I guarantee you we will find a cleaner order block right over here. So price did come back up and pretty much rebalanced this order block and then started to reject off. So overall, that's what we were expecting for the yen. I believe the DXY actually went down as well. Yeah, I do have like a just like a nice little channel, and the DXY did go down. We can probably find, yep, right over here. We're gonna see how it reacts to this, but overall, we're very bullish on the DXY overall. Barely missed my level over here. Made a new high. So right now we're just waiting. Price is still in a premium, so we could get lower prices on the DXY, maybe down here. I'm not sure if it's gonna get that low, but yeah, DXY is still counter trending. Since we're overall bullish on it, we're just gonna wait and see if we can get a break to the upside. Then that would also facilitate UJ's move all the way up. Yesterday I did my weekly outlook video. Well, I didn't record it, but I just did my weekly outlook. I don't send it anywhere. Normally if I record it, I just keep it on my HDD, just for future reference. And we noticed that UJ did have a double break, and overall we're very bullish on UJ. If you guys just go back, you can tell we're very bullish on UJ. Now went from top to bottom, marked out potentially weekly POIs if price does start going down, but I do believe that the 137 mark can actually get hit. So then started going down, and we started noticing that on the lower time frames we had a double break. Now overall bullish, price started kind of trending downwards, and I don't remember, I think I was in a sell in here last week. Oh no, I was gonna sell off of this area. It did work out, but I wasn't able to get in with my confirmation. But price had a double break, as you see here. So I like to see double breaks a lot of the time to go to the opposing direction. So once again, we just had one break here, and we went ahead and actually had a second break. So this just tells me chances are we're probably going to resume going into that bullish trend again. Now, knowing this, I just went ahead and found my zone. First area was here, but that already happened. Then I noticed this nice little area, broke it down to the 5 minute, figured that there's a cleaner looking area, went to the 3 minute and found this nice little order block here. And notice how we have all of this imbalance in here. Actually gonna go ahead and draw that out. We'll keep you on the 3 minute. So we have all this imbalance here, showing that chances are price has a high probability of coming to fill this inefficiency before going back. And let's move these two really quickly. Look at this candle. You can tell that there's a lot of volume to the downside in this candle. You barely see any wicks, so I think it's called a Miribozu, but you can just tell that's a really good candle for an order block. So fell asleep for like 2 hours and 45 minutes. Then we noticed that price did come over here. It did absorb price a little bit, we don't mind, and started to reject. We broke it down to the 1 second and tried to get any confirmation we could get, and we ended up actually seeing Wyckoff. We saw an accumulation schematic on the 1 second chart like this. Went ahead and had our spring, first test, second test, third test, went to the 1 minute time frame. And this is the type of learner that I am, so I repeat things a lot. If you guys hopefully that helps you guys as well. But let me know if you guys want more content like this or less content like this. So went to the 1 minute, noticed that we had our break of structure, and then we had our second break. Once again, this all ties to the double breaks that I'm talking about. After the second break, notice how we actually broke above the sign of strength in our Wyckoff schematic over here. So broke above the sign of strength, and then we liked this nice little area here. And I did mention within the video, yes, I could have gone away with a stop loss like this. But once again, it's spread, and we like to account for absorption. We understand that just because we trade a certain way using supply and demand doesn't mean that price cannot wick us out by a little bit. So then we accounted for the fact if price were to come all the way down here, we still have imbalance over here. There's right here. So this is still some form of inefficiency in here that was never cleared. So potentially expecting price to get down there, I would want to have a stop loss that protects me from it. Now the thing with this is that, like I said, many people would put their stop loss down here, and many people will get stopped out and then re-enter. But typically I only take 2 trades. No, not typically. I really only take 2 trades max per day. I rarely even take 2 trades in a day. So I like to take quote unquote the more safer entry, so I don't get stopped out and have to re-enter right away. So notice how we put our stop loss down here to account for the absorption of this level, which actually got relatively close to the stop loss here. Oh, nice, 0.9. So good thing, due to the time of day, the spread wasn't too crazy. So we got away with the stop loss here. Could have definitely added a position, but it's against my rules to do that in drawdown. We also, I think, on the 3 minute, and this is all live, by the way. 2 minute? That's not clean. No way I chose that. 5 minute, maybe. Okay, 2 minute it is, I guess. So we did find. No way I chose that. Hold on, I can't get over this. Wow, what was I looking at? That's very ugly. We were expecting, some sort of reaction from this nice little order block or supply level to then propel price downwards into our general POI. Then we got in on both accounts, and we had, I don't believe we saw any profit. Went straight into drawdown. whatever went down to the lower areas over here. Then we sprung up, moved our stop loss to break even somewhere within this range, not expecting price to break this level here, because if price were to break this level here, chances are I would not even want to be in the entry, because that's, you know, a breaker structure. Yo, what's up? This is Omar, post Omar, future Omar, whichever you want to call it. And you guys just heard me mention that structurally speaking, I was not expecting to break, and then that's why my stop loss was at break even when it was at break even. So let me go ahead and quickly break down this trade management aspect of it, because I like to be transparent, and I understand that I'm reaching a different audience that tends to trade a different way, and I have a lot of people interested in learning this certain way. So let me explain why I feel comfortable with the stop loss at break even at that point in time. So let's assume this is the typical flow of structure, right? So right here you have a higher high, higher low, higher low, higher low. All right, let's just do this and put you up here, and let's assume you perfectly get an entry somewhere down here. Stop loss somewhere in the sky, somewhere in the future. Doesn't matter right now. And let's say once again you get in right here. Now your stop loss has no business being at break even at this current juncture in time until this leg gets taken out. What do I mean by that? So I actually changed up the fib settings just so I can show you guys the leg of price. So let me show the 0% and the 1% just so I don't confuse anyone. So here we are, right? And keep in mind like the underlying fractality of the market, right? So this becomes your 100% point on your fib, because this becomes the swing low, and we draw it from the swing low to the swing high. So this becomes the swing low over here, and this becomes the swing high. So we understand that price could retrace all the way down here, right, and still uphold that overall bullish structure, correct? So now what happens to be all the way down here? Your entry. So expecting that we don't understand, like, not that we don't understand, we don't know how low the market would go. Yes, we can have general POIs. I can have a breaker block over here and say, okay, market's going to go here. Not going to, but there's a high probability the market goes there. Or it can come down here to my order block. Now, I don't expose myself to that amount of risk, because it makes no sense for your stop loss to be at break even at this point until this high gets taken out. Why? Because once this high gets taken out, we all agree that your overall swing point would now change to this low here, to this high, right? So now we're in a better situation. This is the swing low, this is the swing high, and we understand that the maximum retracement that price can have to maintain this overall bullish structure is down here. What's not down here? Your entry. So you're good, because if price were to break this level, and yes, we can say that, you know, you can have a liquidity grab, you can have anything that can happen, but assuming we're just trading pure structure, right, you can have your stop loss at break even and not expect price to come down here, because for price to come down here, chances are you would not even want to be in your trade. So this would overall assume that, alright, give me 2 seconds. 100%. Okay, so let's assume here that price goes ahead and breaks down here, breaks your 100% point, then more than likely, you know, price is going to start changing, you know, its trend. Now we'd be expecting potential bears to be in the market, and then this is all from experience too, and just, you know, how the market typically works. Then this would be a breaker structure, and then the market would start most likely trending down. Or you can just charge it to the game, because, you know, of course there have been times where I've had my stop loss to break even, then the market does this and goes up. But, you know, probabilistically speaking, I'm okay with moving my stop loss to break even, because this is just the way structure works, structurally speaking. So I hope that cleared up any potential confusion that there may be, and this doesn't take into account the time frame that I'm looking at. So let's say this is the 3 minute. You can break it down and see on the 1 minute chart that price did this. Technically it just broke a high, so you can move your stop loss to break even earlier, once again understanding the underlying fractality of the market, or you could just wait for that higher time frame premise to break this quote unquote true structural level, and then move your stop loss. Either works. Hope this made sense, and back to the video. And targeted equal highs here. So overall runtime for this trade was from here to getting smacked up here. It was this candle that did the work. So 4 hours and 6 minutes. And I like to show you guys this just because, you know, I want you guys to know how long it takes for certain trades. Now this is based on lower time frame, so I can get in and out. And, you know, I have people ask me if I'm a scalper, you know, what am I? I do what needs to be done. So in this trade especially, you're going to notice that, you know, it could come back and hit my break even, because I'm just going to leave the position and see if we can actually swing it all the way up here, because I do have higher projections for UJ. Now obviously if I get a reason to close while I'm up this amount, let me check what it is, 1 to 10, then, you know, obviously I'll close. But so far we just plan on leaving the trade to run, and we're gonna see how this goes. Hope this breakdown made sense. Please let me know if you guys want more content like this, less content like this, and yeah, hope it helped, and peace out. Hey, so the video's running for over 41 minutes, and the remaining clips I decided not to throw in there just because I don't, you know, watch time. So I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up here. It's currently Friday, July 1st, so happy Q3. But just want to go ahead and wrap this up. So we noticed a 45-minute order block, and we were looking to potentially get an entry in. Price tapped in. We were on the 1 second, and you know, if you can tell, this was really fast. Keep in mind we're on the 1 second chart. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So within 4 seconds, price just absolutely left our zone. No Wyckoff confirmation, nothing like that. So we didn't get a second entry in. But then price ended up overall flowing. So at this point in time, I believe we lost half of our profit, maybe half of it. We're targeting a 126 total, but price came down. I noticed this supply level. Oh god, that's horrendous. I'm so sorry. I noticed this supply level that we had as well. So price came up here, then we understood and we were willing, I can go ahead and pop up the screenshot, that price could retrace down here. So I just made the decision that we can give 60 pips away to the market. Now it's a good amount of pips, but understanding the overall direction and the probability that price still has liquidity up here that it could clear, I was okay with, you know, losing 60 pips of open P&L. And price came down there, hit the level, came up, and we went ahead and actually manually closed up here at the supply level that I identified. So this overall netted us a 1 to 23.95. That's it. In current price, UJ went down, so the take profit was actually at a good point. Once again, we target liquidity, and in the video I mentioned that I think UJ can hit 137, and I kid you not, it took that literally and hit 137 and just fell. Hope this made sense. Happy Friday to everyone. Hope everyone a profitable Q3, and peace out.